What happens when a crazy idea, a stubborn dream, and a pair of running shoes collide? You get Nike, the world's most iconic sports brand. But behind the swoosh and the billion-dollar empire is a messy, risky, and downright chaotic journey. In Shoe Dog, Phil Knight, the founder of Nike, takes us inside his story. This isn't a polished tale of instant success. It's a raw, human memoir full of fear, grit, betrayal, and relentless drive. By the end of this video, you'll walk away with life-changing lessons on entrepreneurship, persistence, and the price of chasing a dream. Now, let's dive into the 18 unforgettable lessons from Shoe Dog. Lesson 1: The crazy idea. Phil Knight wasn't a natural business genius. He was just a shy runner with a wild thought: what if Japanese shoes could outcompete German brands like Adidas and Puma? This crazy idea was the spark that lit the fire. Lesson: every great empire begins as an idea so small it almost feels ridiculous. Don't kill your crazy idea too soon. Lesson 2: The leap of faith. In 1962, Phil traveled the world, pitching himself as a shoe distributor without even having a company yet. Bold? Yes. Risky? Absolutely. But he believed in his vision. Lesson: sometimes you have to act as if you belong, before you truly do. Lesson 3: Meeting the mentor. Phil convinced Japanese brand Onitsuka, Tiger Shoes, to let him distribute their sneakers in America. At home, he teamed up with his former track coach, Bill Bowerman, who was obsessed with improving running shoes. Lesson: find allies who share your obsession. The right partner can turn sparks into flames. Lesson 4: Birth of Blue Ribbon Sports. Phil sold shoes out of the trunk of his car, running track meets and hustling pairs to athletes. It was scrappy, unglamorous, and barely profitable. Lesson: start small, but start moving. Momentum beats perfection. Lesson 5: Living with no money. While the company grew, Phil constantly lived on the edge of bankruptcy. Banks wouldn't lend him money, his margins were razor thin, and he was juggling a teaching job to survive. Lesson: growth often looks like chaos. You must be willing to live broke today for a shot at tomorrow. Lesson 6: Building a rebel culture. Phil's team wasn't made of polished executives. They were misfits, ex-athletes, oddballs, and fanatics who believed. They didn't care about looking corporate, they cared about winning. Lesson: culture eats strategy for breakfast. Build a team that breathes your mission. Lesson 7: The struggle with Japan. The relationship with Onitsuka grew tense. They undercut him, tried to replace him, and nearly killed his business. Lesson: never put your entire future in someone else's hands. Build independence before it's too late. Lesson 8: The birth of Nike. When Onitsuka betrayed him, Phil had to reinvent everything, fast. That's when the team birthed Nike, along with its now famous swoosh logo, designed for just $35. Lesson: setbacks can be blessings in disguise. Sometimes being pushed out of one door forces you to build your own. Lesson 9: The swoosh struggle. At first, Phil hated the swoosh. The name, Nike. He thought it was just okay. But over time, both grew into symbols far bigger than he ever imagined. Lesson: don't obsess over perfection in the beginning. Greatness often grows into its name. Lesson 10: The waffle iron revolution. Coach Bowerman poured rubber into his wife's waffle iron, creating a new sole that changed running shoes forever. That moment of messy experimentation led to one of Nike's biggest breakthroughs. Lesson: innovation doesn't always come from labs, it can come from your kitchen. Lesson 11: Living on the edge. Nike constantly walked the tightrope of survival. Every dollar made was reinvested. Lawsuits, bank rejections, and supplier fights kept Phil up at night. Lesson: if you want safety, don't build a company. Risk is the entry ticket to greatness. Lesson 12: War with Adidas and Puma. The big German brands tried to crush Nike. Instead of being intimidated, Phil doubled down, outworking, out-innovating, and out-dreaming them. Lesson: don't compete on size. Compete on speed, creativity, and obsession. Lesson 13: the first big breakthrough. When Nike signed athlete Steve Prefontaine, sales skyrocketed. Athletes gave the brand credibility, and soon, Nike was a movement, not just a shoe. Lesson: find your first true believer, someone who embodies your brand. They'll ignite the crowd. Lesson 14: facing the government. The US government accused Nike of shady import practices, nearly bankrupting them. Phil fought back, refusing to let his dream die. Lesson: entrepreneurship isn't just business, it's a battle against forces you never see coming. Lesson 15: going public. Nike finally went public in 1980. Overnight, Phil Knight became a billionaire. But he admitted, it wasn't about the money. It was about the game, the struggle, the journey. Lesson: success is sweeter when it's earned through blood, sweat, and tears. Lesson 16: personal sacrifices. Phil worked endlessly, often at the cost of family time and personal peace. His marriage suffered, and he missed precious moments. Lesson: every dream demands a price. You must decide what you're truly willing to sacrifice. Lesson 17: losing his son. Phil's son, Matthew, died in a tragic accident. It shook him deeply and reminded him that life is bigger than business. Lesson: success means nothing if you lose sight of what truly matters. Lesson 18: the reflection. Looking back, Phil said he wouldn't trade the chaos, the near-death experiences, or the sleepless nights. Why? Because he chased something meaningful. His advice: just keep going, don't stop. Lesson: the ultimate victory isn't the money, it's living a life worth remembering. Lesson 19: the power of obsession. Phil wasn't casually interested in shoes, he was obsessed. He studied them, tested them, and pushed everyone around him to innovate. Lesson: obsession fuels mastery. If you're not obsessed, you won't outlast the struggle. Lesson 20: the art of storytelling. Nike wasn't just selling shoes, it was selling identity. Just do it would later become more than a slogan, it was a movement. Lesson: people don't just buy products, they buy stories, beliefs, and meaning. Lesson 21: learning to trust the team. Phil admitted he couldn't do it all. Delegating to his scrappy, loyal team was the only way Nike scaled. Lesson: lone wolves burn out. Teams build legacies. Lesson 22: the importance of patience. Nike took nearly 20 years before it became the global powerhouse we know. Success wasn't overnight, it was brick by brick. Lesson: fast success is a myth. True empires require patience and persistence. Lesson 23: running your own race. Phil often said he never really won against Adidas or Puma, he just ran his own race, building something different. Lesson: stop obsessing over competition. Focus on running your race to the finish line. So there you have it, Shoe Dog isn't just the story of Nike. It's a raw blueprint of chasing a dream against impossible odds. But now I want to hear from you, which lesson hit you hardest? Was it the crazy beginnings, the near bankruptcies, or the reminder that success always comes with sacrifice? Drop your thoughts in the comments, I'd love to hear your perspective. This is the Summary Shelf, where we break down powerful books that can shift how you think, work, and live. If you enjoyed this deep dive, check out our other videos for more wisdom-packed summaries. And don't forget, Like this video, subscribe to stay tuned, and keep chasing your own crazy idea. Because who knows? Your version of Nike might just be waiting to be born.